Question B. It said, with reference to data in figure 3 and your knowledge of economics, analyze the impact of a fiscal deficit for a country such as Spain. First, what is fiscal deficit? Fiscal deficit occurs when government revenue, that in taxation, are lower than government expenditure. That was when you were making it. The other day we were talking about current account surplus and current account deficit. Yeah. So for fiscal deficit, it means government revenue in terms of taxation is lesser than government expenditure. That means what is coming in for government is lesser than what is government is spending.
The one for the current account is the imports and exports. The fiscal ones are government
expenditure in taxes and government spending. So here, fiscal deficit means government spending is more than government revenue. Mm-hmm. Is it clear? Yeah. So for figure 3 shows that Spain has a fiscal deficit of 123.07 billion euros in 2020, which the Spanish government wants to reduce. Right? Great. So reducing the deficit may mean that taxation may increase. So if government has to reduce deficit, government might use fiscal policy, increasing taxation. Do you get it here? Mm-hmm. So if government, to reduce the deficit, government might increase taxation to repay the debts, or government reduce its spending on public services. It's fiscal, right? It's fiscal deficit. You have to correct fiscal deficit. You have to reduce it, right? To reduce fiscal deficit, you might have to increase taxation or reduce your spending, because deficit has come as a result of spending more than tax or revenue.
But spending less is the more logical thing to do.
Yeah, government might also increase taxation.
Okay.
Increasing taxation means government will have more revenue to pay its debts or to be able to fund the interest. Do you understand? Yeah. So continuous fiscal deficit. Now, the last thing I wrote is that continuous fiscal deficit may increase the debt burden on the future generation in Spain, bringing about lower living standard in the future. Is it clear? Mm-hmm. So this is about fiscal deficit. So for fiscal deficit, it's about taxation and government spending. To correct it or to reduce it, government has to increase taxation or reduce its spending. Is it clear? Yeah. Any question about fiscal deficit here? No.